Hey guys, today's video is 3 things that you definitely need to know about the Enneagram in 5 minutes or less. I'm Hillary, a certified Enneagram life coach and a type 9 wing 8. So the first thing we're going to start with is, what is the Enneagram? The Enneagram works by sorting people into 9 different types. You have the type 1, the perfectionist, the type 2, the helper, the type 3, the achiever, the type 4, the individualist, the type 5, the observer, the type 6, the loyalist, the type 7, the enthusiast, the type 8, the challenger, and the type 9, the peacemaker, which is at the top of this diagram. In the simplest terms, the Enneagram represents 9 different personality types. But it definitely gets way more complex than that, because you add wings, which are the numbers on either side of your type. You add subtypes, which is a social, a sexual, and a self-preservation instinct, and triads and stances and levels of health, and the list goes on. And so yes, the Enneagram is extremely complex, but I want to build a base that's extremely simple so that you can understand the Enneagram. So number 2, how do you know your Enneagram type? Okay, so the first thing to know is we are trying to find your dominant type. And this never changes. In fact, you're born with it. But it is shaped by your experiences, the way you were raised, the things that you've gone through, and your environment. And that's where the wings and the subtypes and the levels of health come into play. But more on those in a different video. So while we don't change from one main type to another, other types can absolutely influence our overall personality. And you're going to identify with behaviors within other types. But your dominant type is the most important one. So I'm going to give you guys 3 ways to find your type. The first way is to take a test online. Now, tests are only 50 to 60% accurate, so I don't recommend just stopping at a test. But if you want to know how to take an Enneagram test or which ones I recommend, here's a video right here that I've already done. Go give that a watch after this video. The second thing, hire a coach. I'm a certified Enneagram life coach and I offer typing sessions, but there's a lot of coaches out there. And so my advice is to do your research. Find a coach that is certified. I think that's super important, has been studying the Enneagram for a good amount of time, and that you really feel comfortable with, and that maybe you relate with them, or you've seen them on Instagram or YouTube or anything, and you just feel connected to them. I would say that's the coach that you should hire if you want to go down that route, or you have the funds to go down that route. But if you don't, or you just don't want to hire an Enneagram coach, let's go to option 3, which is to research it yourself. You can watch my videos. I have over 100 videos already describing and teaching on the Enneagram and the different types and subtypes and wings and everything like that. You also could read books. There's so many good books out there. Of 3 that I can think of off the bat are The Road Back to You by Ian Morgan Cron, The Wisdom of the Enneagram by Don Richard Rohr, or The Complete Enneagram, which is by, Beatrice Chestnut. So those 3 books I would say are good ones to start with if you really want to dig deep and figure out what type you are, or if you do know your type and you want to know more. But the most important thing you need to be looking for when researching your type is the cores, the core fear, the core desire, the core longing, and the core weakness. These 4 things are going to help you decide your dominant type. All 9 types have these 4 cores to them. And these cores are your why you do things. So those fears and those desires and those longings and the weakness, well, they kind of describe why you're making the decisions you make, why you go in the direction you go, why you interpret things the way you interpret them. These cores are what, help you find your main dominant type. So research and begin to watch what your motivations are as you make decisions. So the last thing I want to go over is why the Enneagram. The Enneagram is just a great tool for people that are on a journey, who want to learn more about themselves and the people in their life. In my opinion, I think the Enneagram helps you get unstuck. It helps you stop living on autopilot. It helps you learn to love yourself and who God made you to be. It helps you to change and go down a different direction, a different path, and choose healthier ways to do things. It helps you see other people with more understanding, clarity, and grace. And one of my favorites is it helps you get along better with your family, your coworkers, your boss, your friends, right? When we understand each other at a deeper level, we just tend to, want to be around each other more and understand each other and have grace for each other. So in the end, the Enneagram, it helps you with self-awareness, and this is a key thing that you need in your life. So that's all I have for now, but make sure you subscribe because this is a new series. I'm going to be covering a ton of different things within the Enneagram in 5 minutes or less so that you guys can learn and build a great base at understanding yourself and the people in your life. So see you next time. Bye guys.